Hello, how's it going? Back to another drawing here. First off, I really want to say thank you for everybody that subscribed recently. I've hit 50. That is kind of a big deal. This channel was never really intended on being like a YouTube sensation of any type, but it's just me doing my occasional vlog, really. And so with the guitar stuff and then the drawing stuff, it's always just been something I've put up an occasion. So it's really nice to know that somebody wants to see it, so thank you for that. And then today I'm working on this page, which is part of my comic book strip game that I've been working on for, 4 weeks now? This is page 6, round 3, I believe, is the results. You can check that out on my website, or my webcomic. Hyperspace Pockets thecomicbookseries.com. I will put the link in the description again. Over the weekend, I did a bit of a modification to this brush and opened up the ink flow in it quite a bit, and I'm really enjoying how it functions now. It was good before. It was just a little slow, and I mean, on dry days when it would be a little, I'd have to prime it a lot, and I think I showed that in my last video. It was kind of a constant upkeep. Now I don't have to prime it at all. If you're interested in that, leave a comment and I'll show you what I did to modify it and help myself here. I've gotten to be pretty fond of these art brush pens, which is kind of full circle from where I started with it, because I got my first one probably like 16, 17 years ago and hated it. It was the non-waterproof ink, though. It was the other model that they make, and that ink was just not what I wanted out of it. And it's fine for what it is. It actually works quite well if that's what you're looking for, but man, I struggled with that and ended up abandoning it pretty early after I got it. Also, I apologize if the last video I made was quiet with the audio. The way I have my phone and camera set up here, the microphone's on the back end of it away from my face, so it may not catch the audio very well. Found that out when I went back and listened to the video, which I don't usually go back and watch myself. Just not something I'm interested in. If I do watch, I'm just watching the drawing. I don't really listen to the commentary too much. So, if there's an issue like that, please put it in the comments. With Clint's face, I tend to take a different approach than I do with my female characters, and I rely pretty heavily on a lot of very fine lines. Um, there's the sort of drawing rule about adding too many lines to a female face, and generally that holds pretty true. And I've actually found out that if I'm purposefully drawing a woman that is older or not necessarily as attractive as a lot of my characters tend to be, like the default seems to be that a person looking at it will assume it's a male face, even though that's not my intention. So, it's kind of a rule and understanding that I try to work with and push against, and just, one of those many things about drawing that I have to be cognizant of as I go. Trying to make in the pencil, I tried to make a shine on his teeth because this is sort of a cheesy, over the top kind of rendering of Clint in this moment. And the shine on the teeth just isn't quite working, so it's probably going to get abandoned. Sometimes things from pictures and film like that just don't quite work in comics. And the smile is like, it's close. It's very close, but it's just not quite right. I'm going to have to mess with it to get it where I want it to actually be. So you're probably going to see me futz with it a bit until I get the correct final version. Excuse me. This panel, like I mentioned, I'm really kind of upping, the line count and whatnot here. I'm just sort of the beauty panel of the page, and it's like I'm also wanting kind of an over the top feel. So I don't typically do this quality or amount of detail, especially the super fine detail. So that's why I'm spending a lot of extra time with the rendering here. I'm just really building it up. It's still pretty wet, so I gotta watch it. I got my hand in some ink for a minute there. It's felt sticky. That happens a lot. finish this arm and call it a video. Thanks for coming along. Tripod's right in my way. Let's see. All right, thanks for watching.